right, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing? I hope that you're doing well. Welcome to Family Morning Transformation. I'm so excited to be with you all on this morning. Before I get started, how are you doing? How are you feeling? Tell me. Put it in the comments. I know it's early. I know you're trying to get out the house, get the kids going, get yourself going. But tell me how you're doing. Tell me where you are listening from, what city, what state, what country. It doesn't matter. We're all family here this morning. So welcome again to Family Morning Transformation. My name is David M. Pinkston, but I go by the name of DMP Speaks. I am an empowerment speaker. I'm a board certified Christian counselor, but I'm also a family restoration specialist. So I come on here every morning at 7:30, Monday through Friday, and Sunday at 7:30. And now Saturday mornings I come on at 8:30. So I want to make that very clear because I know some people say, well, why are you not on at 7:30? Because I have a commitment in the morning. So I changed that time to 8:30 on Saturday. But anywho, I'm here to rebuild your family dynamic. I need you guys to do me a favor. Please share this with someone. Please put your comments in the comment section. If you have questions, whatever that you have, if you have any other information that you want to share or you want to talk to me offline, you can do so by going to my email, which is dmpspeaksllc@gmail.com. Again, that's dmpspeaksllc@gmail.com. So what I want to talk about today is and I want you all to hear me, and this is something again from my heart, and I hope that it really helps you. You got to speak life into your family. Let me repeat. You got to speak life into your family, and not just to your family. Let's go a little bit deeper. You need to speak life into your child or children. When I say it's important to do this constantly, consistently, concisely, whatever term that you want to put together, it is that important. Your words really shape and they mold your child, not only existence, but their future. You got to speak life into them now. What does that mean? Even when they're struggling in a certain area, if it's school, if it's homework assignments, if it's sports, or it's just in general their lives and they're struggling, trying to find out, because a lot of kids are trying to find out where they are. If you have a preteen or a teen, they are really trying to figure out who they are. They're trying to be their own individual. They like certain things that you might not like. They look at the world in a different light than you do. So they're trying to find themselves, and the way that they find themselves is what you instill and put in them, right? Rituals, rules, regulations, those wonderful things. I'm talking about being able to speak life into your child, that they start to know, even at an early age, who they are. Let me say it again. They'll start to figure out and find out who they are. They are. Because when they find out who they are, they can walk in who they need to be in their lives. Because you have set the standard that nobody's going to just, not saying, let me change that. That nobody's not going to encourage them. I'm going to be the first one to do it. I'm going to speak life into my child or children. And it's so important that we do that in our homes, because if they're not getting that consistent pouring in, they're going to get poured in a negative way, in a bad way, by someone else. Does that make sense? They're going to be poured into from another source that's not going to give them the information that they need to further their lives. They're going to get some information that's going to cut their life short or make them feel low in who they are, low self-esteem, low confidence, anxiety, feeling that they got to do certain things to be loved. They got to do, young ladies got to do certain things to be loved. Young men have to do certain things to be loved and appreciated and covered and thought about. But you have to be the one have to speak into their lives. Y'all hear what I'm saying? You got to be able to speak into their lives, because once they feel this, let me just explain this really quick. When they can feel your energy, when they can feel the truthfulness, when they can feel the love, when they can feel the compassion and passion, when they feel that you're open to really making sure that they're whole, 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 right? That HOLE, that whole that is in them is going to be filled up with what you say to them. I'm just going to park that right there for a moment. You have to speak life into your children. If we'll just start recognizing, just follow me for a few moments. If we start really recognizing that our child is not as energetic and fun going and good energy. I know the kids they tired, they don't want to be bothered. I get all that. I understand that. And I think you understand that, right? Because you've been probably parenting for a long time, right? But if your child is not talking like they usually do, they're not dancing around, they're not all in your face trying to get hugs and kisses. And I'm talking about the boys too, because I'm my mom's boy. I used to be all in my mom's face all the time. But my mom started to recognize when I was dealing with some depression or I was dealing with some anxiety, she didn't know what it was. But she would say, "Honey, you okay?" And I would tell her, "Yeah, I'm okay, but school is tough." You know what my mother would say? "God got you." Because we grew up in a religious, Christian-based home. So God has you, honey. Pray, believe that He'll change things around, and you got everything that you need in you. God bless you. So that's what I received. So you might, some of you are, might be different. There's no judgment from here, from me. But what I'm saying is, when I had those situations, I had somebody pouring into me. Listen, you got to be able to pour into your child with the time, right? That quality time. But you also got to be able to use this, right? As always, as a weapon. But you got to use it to speak into your child's life, into their mind. You got to get into their mindset. You got to help them, make them understand that everything that you have in your mind, every desire, every goal that you have, you're going to have to work for, but you can do it. And when you speak life, you're breaking up this foundation that they built, that they feel like they can't amount to anything, that they're not going to be successful with it, because their current state is going to be their state for the rest of their lives. You gotta crush that. You gotta destroy those negative mindsets in your child, because it does happen. Whether we want to believe it or not, doesn't matter how much money you have or not. Your child is going to go through a process of trying to identify who they are as a young man, who they are as a young lady, and trying to look like this one, and trying to look like that one, and trying to be this one, and trying to be that one. You got to be able to pour, just like this water bottle. I'm being serious. Just hear what I'm saying. You got to be able to pour in to your child. Just like when you're thirsty. And I'm going to take this water to give you an example. I'm thirsty right now. This is going to refresh me because it's pure. Your words have to be pure. Your words have to be so attention grabbing. Like, I'm serious. You might have to turn the TV off. You might have to put the phones up for a moment. You got to speak into their lives. I can't even tell you how many times I had to speak into my son's life. I can't even tell you how many times I had to speak into my niece's life. And a lot of you know what she might be dealing with right now, because I had mentioned it, with my sister being gone. I had to speak into her life constantly and still will do it. I had to speak into my son's life. I had to speak into my wife's life. Well, we're talking about our children right now for today, this morning. You got to speak into their lives that they will believe what you start to say. Even if you got to repeat it, be repetitive nut. I'm just putting it out there. You got to speak into their lives like never before. And the reason why I'm so passionate about this, because if you don't, somebody else will. And that person might be the wrong person. You got to set that foundation for them to grow. You got to set that atmosphere, that environment for them to grow. And the way that they start growing is because of what you say and what you do. Yes, what you do is important, but what you say after what you do and vice versa, because it's like you can say that you believe in them, but you got to show it. So I feel like your actions definitely have to go with your words. So when you're saying you can do this, you got to show them how, because they might not know, or they might not be able to comprehend. So you got to get in their minds. And after you start getting into their mind, you got to get and make them believe this. You got to make them believe this in their heart. You got to make them believe this is what you are capable of. This is what you are capable of, son. This is what you are capable of, daughter, grandchild, nephew, niece. You are capable of anything that you really put your whole self into. If it's school, if it's a sport, whatever it is, your career, as you get there, you can do this. The only thing that's going to stop them is you. What do I mean by that? You have to constantly tell them who they are, to remind them. They might not tell you all the time what's going on. You got to recognize, you got to pay attention. You got to pay attention to the nonverbal cues. You got to pay attention to the body language. You got to pay attention to what they're not saying. More than just what they're saying, you got to pay attention to what they're not saying. You got to be in tune. You just got to be in tune, because you don't want your child to be lost. And I don't want your child or children or grandchild to be lost, or your niece and nephew to be lost. I want them to find themselves the way they find themselves. And I'm sorry if I'm seem like I'm kind of yelling. I'm not yelling, I'm just passionate, everyone, because I really want to see your family grow. I want to see your family do well. So if you feel what I said resonated with you and you're interested in family coaching, restoration coaching, building that family dynamic, you know that you need some help, you know you need assistance, you know you need support in this area because your child is suffering right now and you feel like, I don't know what else to do. I want you to allow me to help you and coach you and your family to a better level of understanding, a better level. Don't you want to see your child changed? Don't you want to see your household change? Don't you want to see your child thrive? I know you do. So let's make a change there. I want you to go click my link in my bio, and I want you to sign up for your free 30-minute consultation call. And let's get your child back on track. It's been way too long. It's been way too long. Let's get them back on track. I believe that they can do it. And I believe that's what you want for your child or children or your niece and nephew. I believe this. So let's do it together. Click the link, sign up today. Don't think about it, just do it. I know you can do it. I believe in you. So with that, I'm going to end this live today. I'm a little over the time, but I really wanted to bring that thought together. I believe in you. I know that you can do it, and let's do it together. Listen, thank you so much for your time. I'll be back on tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you love this, give me some emojis, but please share this with somebody on your page, one of your family members. Share it with your child. Let them know that you care and you love them. I'll see you tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. Peace.